The roar of the crowd shook the colossal arena like thunder rolling across a storm-swept sky. Blood stained the golden sands red, and in the center stood Princess Lyralii of the Zorathian Empire, tall, ethereal, her skin shimmering like polished obsidian under the twin suns. Her 4 arms gripped twin curved blades, dripping with the life essence of her latest challenger. The massive warrior from the Kruger clans lay broken at her feet, his armored chest caved in, his final breath a gurgle lost in the cheers. 500 suitors, 500 warriors from across the galaxy had entered this sacred ritual, the Trial of Blades, to claim her hand and the throne beside her. 500 had fallen. None had touched her. None had even come close. And then the gates creaked open one more time. A figure stepped out, not towering, not armored in gleaming exoplates or bioforged scales. Just a man, a human, barely taller than her shoulder, clad in simple fabric fatigues, his face scarred from old battles, his eyes calm. Too calm. The arena fell silent. Who was this frail creature daring to challenge the undefeated princess? But I wasn't there for her hand. I was there because I had no choice. My name is Captain Elias Thorne, and this is how I almost died for love I never asked for. It started 3 years earlier on a dusty outpost world called Epsilon Verge. I was a soldier, a Marine in the United Earth Expeditionary Force. We'd been pushing the frontiers, mapping uncharted sectors, making first contact where we could, running like hell when we couldn't. Humans were new to the galactic stage. Primitives, they called us backward, violent, but curious, always curious. Our ship, the U.S. Horizon, had picked up a distress beacon from a derelict vessel drifting in the void. Protocol demanded we investigate. That's when we found her. She was floating in a stasis pod, half dead, her vital signs flickering. The pod was Zorathian, high empire tech, far beyond anything we'd scraped together. The markings identified her as royalty. Princess Lyralii, heir to the Zorith throne world. Pirates had raided her convoy. Slavers, probably. They'd killed her guards, looted the ship, and left her for dead. We pulled her out, stabilized her in our med bay. When she woke, those violet eyes locked on me first. "You saved me," she said in flawless galactic standard, her voice like wine through crystal chimes. I shrugged, just doing our job. But it wasn't that simple. Zorathians were legends. A warrior race, ancient, proud. Their empire spanned dozens of systems. And their mating rituals? Brutal. The heir had to prove worthy by defeating suitors in ritual combat. No alliances through marriage unless the partner could stand equal in blood. She recovered quickly. Too quickly. Her physiology was enhanced. Forearms, redundant organs, reflexes that made our best augmented soldiers look slow. She watched us train, watched me spar in the gym. Humans fought differently. Dirty, unpredictable. We endured pain that would cripple others. We adapted. "Why do you fight like beasts?" she asked one day, watching me take down 3 drones barehanded. "Because we have to," I replied. "We're not born strong. We make ourselves strong." Something flickered in her eyes. Respect? Curiosity? I didn't know then. We returned her to her people. A grand ceremony. Gratitude from the Emperor himself. Medals. Trade deals. Humanity's first real ally among the stars. But Lyralii didn't forget me. Months later, the invitation arrived. No, the summons. The Trial of Blades was beginning. The princess had come of age. Suitors from every allied world were gathering on Zorith Prime in the grand arena of eternity. And my name was on the list. I laughed when I read it. Me? A suitor? I was a grunt. A nobody from a backwater planet called Earth. But the message was clear. The princess had requested my entry. Refusal would insult the Empire. War could follow. My commanders ordered me to go. Play along, they said. Lose gracefully. Don't embarrass us. But what they didn't know, what no one knew, was that Lyralii had been sending private messages, hollow calls in the dead of night. "I watched your kind," she said. "You fight not for honor alone. You fight to survive to protect. And I asked, I am tired of killing, she whispered. 500 will come. I will defeat them all. But I want something real. I didn't understand then. I thought it was politics, a way to bind humanity closer. I was wrong. What I saw next would change everything. The journey to Zorath Prime took weeks through hyperspace. The planet was a marvel. Crystalline cities floating above violet oceans, skies filled with winged beasts, gravity a touch heavier than Earth's. The arena was carved from a mountain, seats for millions, hollow projectors broadcasting to billions across the empire. I arrived with a small human delegation. We were spectacles, the soft-fleshed primitives. Whispers followed us. Laughter. The opening ceremony was spectacle. Suitors paraded, giants from heavy grav worlds, cyborg assassins from the machine clades, psychic warriors from the Veil Nebula. Each more deadly than the last. Then me. Just me. No enhancements. No weapons beyond what the ritual allowed. A single blade, chosen from the armory. The crowd jeered. Lyralii stood on the royal dais, resplendent in ceremonial armor that left her forearms free. Her eyes found mine across the vast space. No smile, but a nod. The trials began. One by one, suitors entered the arena against her. The first was a Kruger berserker, 8 feet tall, axes like tree trunks. He charged. She danced. Blades flashed. In minutes he was down. The crowd roared approval. Day after day, week after week, she was unstoppable, graceful, lethal. Every victory etched deeper lines of exhaustion on her face, hidden behind the mask of duty. I watched from the suitors' pavilion, waiting my turn. The list was long, 500 names, but something was wrong. Whispers among the suitors. Rumors. The emperor was ill, dying. The throne needed an heir soon. Pressure on Lyralii to choose. Some suitors plotted. Not all fights were fair. Poison blades. Hidden implants. She defeated them anyway. But each kill weighed on her. One night, I snuck into the royal gardens. Forbidden. Guards everywhere. She was there, alone, staring at the moons. You shouldn't be here, she said without turning. Neither should you if you're supposed to be resting for tomorrow's fights. She turned. For the first time, I saw vulnerability. I hate this Elias. This tradition. My mother died in the arena, defending her choice. My father wants strength, but strength alone is empty. Then why continue? Because if I refuse civil war, factions will tear the empire apart. I must choose a consort worthy, and none of these 500 are. She stepped closer, her scent like ozone and flowers. They fight for power, for glory, not for me. My heart pounded. And what do you want? Her lower arms reached out, hesitating. Someone who sees me. Not the princess. Not the warrior. Me. I didn't kiss her then. I wanted to, but guards were near. Instead, I said, then let me fight. Not to win you. To end this. She looked shocked. You would die. Maybe, but humans are stubborn. That was the first twist. The first revelation. She didn't want a victor. She wanted someone to stop the cycle. But none of us were prepared for what came next. The trials accelerated. The Emperor's health failed faster. Dozens of fights per day. Lyralii was a whirlwind of death. Bodies piled. The crowd loved it. Bloodlust fed the Empire's pride. I trained in secret. Human style. Endurance. Improvisation. Pain tolerance. Our medics gave me subtle enhancements, nothing detectable. Muscle density boosts. Neural accelerators. Still against her? Impossible. Then the betrayal. One suitor, Lord Varric of the Shadow Clans, a telepathic assassin, cheated openly in his fight. Hidden neural disruptor. He nearly killed her. She won barely. Collapsed after. In the med ward, I visited disguised. She was bandaged, weak. He was supposed to be honorable, she rasped. Not all are. Her eyes burned. I invoked the ancient clause. After 500, if no victor claims me, I may choose outside the list. My blood ran cold. What? I added your name myself. If you enter last and survive, Survive, not win. The ritual allowed the princess to yield if a suitor proved worthy in spirit, not just blade. But no one ever yielded. Pride wouldn't allow. She was asking me to force her hand, to make her yield without killing her. Insane. Dangerous. But her eyes pleaded. I nodded. The day came. 499 down. The 500th, a monstrous bioengineered beast from the fringe worlds, fell in a spray of ichor. The arena chanted her name. Then, silence as I walked out. Laughter erupted. A human. This is mockery. The emperor, frail on his throne, frowned. Lyralii descended to the sands. Her blades gleamed. I held a simple earth-steel knife. And nothing else. The gong sounded. She attacked. Fast. Faster than anything I'd faced. For arms blurring. Blade singing. I dodged. Rolled. Felt the wind of death pass inches away. The crowd jeered. She pressed. Relentless. But I saw it hesitation. Tiny pauses. She was pulling blows. I couldn't win by force. I had to outlast. Outthink. I let her graze me. Blood flowed. Pain sharpened focus. Humans heal slow, but we ignore pain better. I fainted low, grabbed sand through it. Dirty trick. She blinked, recoiled. I closed, not to strike, to grapple. Wrapped arms around her waist. She could have gutted me. But she froze. What are you doing? She hissed. Ending this. The crowd booed. I whispered, yield. Choose me. Not because I defeated you. Because I won't let you kill anymore. Her blades trembled. Tears, actual tears, in her alien eyes. The emperor rose. Fight. Guards leveled weapons. But then the twist. A holographic projection burst across the arena. Recordings. Secret feeds. Varric's cheating. Others. Bribes to officials. And worse. The emperor's own advisors pushing weak suitors, planning to control her through a puppet consort. Assassination plots if she chose strong. The empire teetered on corruption. The crowd gasped. Rebellion stirred. Lyralii saw it all. Her face hardened. She dropped her blades. Knelt. Not to me, to the truth. I yield, she declared, voice booming through amplifiers. Not to defeat. To a greater strength. Compassion. Honor beyond blood. Chaos. Guards rushed. But the people, the billions watching, roared approval. They were tired too. Tired of endless rituals. Tired of war posturing. Humanity's influence. Our stories of peace through strength, not endless combat. I helped her stand. The emperor collapsed. Heart failure. In the power vacuum, Lyralii rose, not as heir, but as reformer. With me beside her. Not consort by blood. By choice. We married in a new ceremony. No arena. Just vows under the twin suns. The empire changed. Slowly. Painfully. Old warriors grumbled. New alliances formed. Humanity joined as equals. And Lyralii? She found peace. In my arms. In building, not destroying. Years later, on our balcony, overlooking the crystalline seas, she rested her head on my shoulder. You know, she said, I defeated 500. I smiled, and I defeated one. The only one that mattered. She laughed, that beautiful chiming laugh. But sometimes in the quiet nights, I wonder, what if I had lost? What if she hadn't yielded? The arena still stands. Empty now. A monument. To the day a human entered and love won. None of us were prepared for that truth. But the galaxy was never the same.